What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Today, I would like to talk about Benjamin Cowen and why I think that he is pretty wrong about a couple of things. Now, you might be like, who is he? Or I know him, but why do I care? I'm gonna explain to you, okay? Because it's a controversial topic and this can affect your altcoin bags a lot. So let's dive right into it. So, this is Benjamin Cowen's channel. Now, why should I care? Why should you care? Well, Benjamin Cowen has one of the biggest YouTube channels out there on YouTube. So a lot of people, they follow what he does. And he's very clear about it. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. It's not what you should do. But that's just how people are, right? People just follow YouTubers. And if it goes well, it goes well. And if it goes wrong, it's, these YouTubers to blame. But not only that, it's a smart dude. He has nailed the bear market. So you can say whatever you want about him. First thing I want to say, shout out to Benjamin Cowen. He has nailed the bear market. He has applied a perfect strategy, which I applied as well. But there's a problem with this strategy. And that's what I would like to talk about. Because his main stance on the crypto market is you should not, not buying altcoins because Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins. This is incorrect though. He has been correct for a very long time, but he's overlooking something. And it's, again, so to make it very clear, it's not to bash him or whatever. He knows more stuff than I do, all right? But there's just something that I know that he isn't looking at, which makes all the difference. And I just would like to throw it out there for the people that might follow him and do what he does without thinking any further. I would like to give you the other side of the scenario right here. So let's jump right into it. And overall, this is not a video about Benjamin. This is more a video about the topic that he talks about a lot. So before we get into this, like the video. If you think I'm going to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. There's a Patreon link down below where you can get exclusive content. Do check it out. And again, his main topic is Bitcoin dominance. If you think about Bitcoin dominance, you think about Benjamin Cowen or the other way around. And what he says is, hey, the Bitcoin dominance is going up. So Bitcoin is dominating the crypto space more, compared to the rest of the crypto space. So you can better be in Bitcoin than be in altcoins. And this is what I have done for a long time as well. I learned this from him and this worked out. But at a certain point, I stopped doing this. And sometimes it saddens me to see that he didn't stop with it and he's now sticking on with it. And I think this is going on for too long. And a lot of people, at least he is missing out on a lot of stuff. And a lot of people, unfortunately, are as well. I mean, you have to think for yourself. Definitely. Don't follow a YouTuber blindly. But unfortunately, that is what people do. So he says this: Bitcoin is going up and the Bitcoin dominance is going up. Right? So it's not worth it to buy altcoins. Altcoins are going down on their Bitcoin pair. And he often shows this chart. The total 3 minus USDT divided by Bitcoin. Right? And this is the chart that we get. This is one of the most useful charts you can use in crypto. Because it doesn't only show you when to buy something, it also shows you what to buy. Right? If we are here, for example, then it's completely different if we are here. If we are here, then you might feel like, okay, let's buy altcoins because altcoins on the Bitcoin pair are likely to go up. And here you can better convert your altcoins into Bitcoin. Now we are kind of in the middle of it, right? And if you look at it on this scale, you could say like, okay, we're pretty close to the bottom. One thing, he waits to buy altcoins, I think, until we are here, right? How do I bring this? Don't try to time the bottom or the top, right? And a lot of people, they unfortunately do that, whether it's buying altcoins on the dollar pair or on the Bitcoin pair. It looks to me a little bit like he's trying to time the bottom, right? We came all this way down and he'd be like, no, I'm not doing it yet. I'll wait for this. What if that never happens? His second point is Bitcoin dominance should go up to 57 or probably 60%, right? Which is here or even here. Right? That's a long move. You have to understand, if that happens, then it would mean that altcoins are going to get completely wrecked against Bitcoin. And on the dollar pair, it doesn't necessarily say anything. That depends on what Bitcoin does on the dollar pair, right? But altcoins will lose value against Bitcoin. And that's nice and all, but there's something wrong with this Bitcoin dominance chart. Now, what is wrong with this Bitcoin dominance chart? This is showing how much Bitcoin is dominating the crypto space compared to everything else in crypto. But it also, like everything else, includes high cap altcoins, underperformers, stable coins, right? So it's not necessarily a fair comparison, right? There's also a chart that's like the Bitcoin dominance, but instead of comparing Bitcoin to everything else, we can compare Bitcoin to everything else except for USDT, USDC, and Ethereum. Why? Well, USDT and USDC are stable coins. You're not going to invest in them for long-term gains, right? And Ethereum, because if Ethereum is heavily underperforming against Bitcoin, like it is, that makes the Bitcoin dominance go up pretty hard because the Ethereum has a huge market cap, right? So if we see the Bitcoin dominance going up very hard, it's mostly because Ethereum is going down very hard, right? But if you look to buy altcoins but not to buy Ethereum, then this chart isn't that relevant for you, right? Because this includes Ethereum. But if you feel like, yeah, I'm not going to buy Ethereum in the first place, then this is more of a realistic chart that you should take a look at. And there, the Bitcoin dominance already looks a little bit different, right? If we look at this, the Bitcoin dominance itself is 53.19%. But if we take Ethereum and the stables away, then the Bitcoin dominance is already sitting at 69%. And it was even sitting at 74%. Right now, this chart is a little more bearish than the usual Bitcoin dominance chart. Because what happens right here, we're still in this uptrend, right? So definitely. But if we take it over the last year almost, you can see we formed a high, we made a lower high, we made a lower high, we made another lower high, right? And even the lows right here got taken out. Right, so it looks like the Bitcoin dominance is now actually topped out. Right? This is a bearish pattern right here, and this could definitely break down. And he always talks about the bull market support band as well. Well, in that case, let's look at the bull market support band on this chart, and we clearly get rejected by the bull market support band. So that's also a thing. Now, what you should keep into consideration as well is that he often also looks at, like I said, the total 3 divided by Bitcoin, right? Total 3. But what is the total 3? The total 3 is everything in crypto, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you could say that's the altcoin market. And he says like, hey, you know, if you look at it like that, the total 3 divided by Bitcoin is slowly going down, right? We have a high here and it was lower right here. We have a low, we have a lower low. He says altcoins are long-term bleeders against Bitcoin. That's not true. That's actually not true. The thing is that the total 3 includes everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it also includes Tether, BNB, Solana, Ethereum, XRP, USDC, Cardano, Dogecoin, right? And as you can see right here, if you look at this altcoin watch list, Ethereum, Doge, DOT, XRP, Solana, good one, ADA, Matic, Link, BNB, Litecoin, right? All coins that are like super old. And I'm not trying to be the guy that only says like, yeah, these are the old coins and you should get only into the new ones, but these are really the old coins, right? And the problem is that, yes, if you include all these coins, all these underperformers, then altcoins compared to Bitcoin are not doing so well. But there's also another chart, and that's others. This is the altcoin market. This is the top 125. Like everything else, anything outside of that is not. It doesn't get tracked on TradingView because it doesn't make up for any market cap basically. So the top 125, but then excluding the top 10. Right. So again, no Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, ETH, XRP, USDC, Cardano, and Dogecoin. Right? These are not included right there. And if you look at others on its Bitcoin pair, that's this one, you can clearly see that altcoins on their Bitcoin pair are not like long-term bleeders against Bitcoin. They are going up against Bitcoin, right? We only make higher highs and higher lows right there. So you could say, like, the Bitcoin dominance is going up, so it's not worth it to buy altcoins. Yeah, again, that's very understandable if you don't understand that, like, these underperformers are included as well. If you, for example, look at XRP sitting at a $35 billion market cap, if you look outside of somewhere here in the top 100, right, you need like 25, 30 coins to only, put them all together, and then you get what the market cap of XRP is. And it happens to be that XRP is a massive underperformer, right? If we do take a look at XRP, the coin that he also has in its watch list, right? If you look at XRP on the Bitcoin pair, XRP BTC, then you see that it is only going down, right? So all the altcoins out there, they can go up against Bitcoin and they perform really well. But because such a large, high market cap coin is underperforming, it looks like altcoins are underperforming collectively, and therefore the dominance is going up. But that's because XRP, for example, is such a high cap, right? And the same goes for Ethereum. We saw that as well. If we do take a look at Ethereum, Ethereum is going down against Bitcoin. Right? Another coin that he's taking a look at very often is Cardano. But Cardano is going down against Bitcoin, right? If you put only these three together, then you get such a big valuation, Ethereum, XRP, and Cardano, right? Like that makes up for more than every other altcoins combined. And if these three are underperforming, it looks like the total altcoin market is underperforming. Well, that is actually not the case, right? But he looks at coins like Aave, and although it had a nice bounce right here, like it's up 170%, right? The overall altcoin market is up 400%, 5x. So if you feel like, I don't want to buy Ether or BNB or XRP or Cardano or even Dogecoin, then you should not take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart or the total 3, and you take USDT away and you divide it by Bitcoin, because then you get this. Then you can better take a look at others, right? So you take the top 10 away and you divide that by Bitcoin. And then you can see, like, hey, you know what? It was going down, and Cowen was definitely right. He nailed it until June 2023. And it's not that it's just a small bounce right there. This is almost a year of higher highs and higher lows right now. So the trend has clearly changed, right? This is not a week or a month of some upside like we have right here in the middle of a bear market or here. This is almost a year right now, right? The last time we were sitting this high was in March 2023, actually. That's a year ago. Right? So it's in a clear uptrend above the precious bull market support band that's being discussed a lot right there. So you should keep that into consideration. It's not that you can, again, take a look at the dominance and be like, oh, it's going up, so altcoins are going down. Also, the dominance might go up, right? Because Bitcoin is dominating more against, well, USDT, for example. Yeah, of course it's dominating against USDT, because look at the USDT chart. Half of the complete USDT supply was put into the crypto market, right? So of course Bitcoin is outperforming more, definitely, right? And then we have BUSD and DAI and USDC and all these stables. They make up for a lot of market cap. And if that's not enough, you can say like, hey, XRP is like a huge underperformer. Cardano is a huge underperformer, right? But they make up for a lot of market cap. But if you feel like, yeah, you know what? I want to invest in gaming projects, in launchpads, in AI projects, in deepin, in real world assets, in things, you know, lower in the top 100 or maybe a little outside of the top 100, right? These things do outperform Bitcoin. So I'm not saying that he messed it up. He nailed it again. No wrong words about him. Like, who am I to tell, right? Like, I'm a fucking small channel and he has a huge channel and everybody knows who he is. But therefore, I do feel like, okay, a lot of people listen to what he has to say about the Bitcoin dominance, but he forgets one very important thing, right? And that's that his charts include all the underperformers. Again, if you look at his watch list contains mostly out of coins that are like not even like, who is gonna buy XRP? Who is really gonna buy DOT or Cardano or Litecoin? Like, who does that, right? Of course, if you look at a watch list like this all day, yeah, you see a lot of downwards movements, and then you maybe get a unrealistic view on what the altcoin market is actually doing, right? But that's not really fair to look at, if you ask me. I mean, of course, I also have coins that are underperforming against Bitcoin, like Forge, for example, right? Still in a downtrend, right? But not as heavy as an XRP or whatever. But I also look at coins like IMX, which is going up pretty hard against Bitcoin, like Super, which is going up pretty hard. AVAX is doing pretty good. Solana is doing pretty good. These are two on his watch list, right? But that's kind of it. If you look at Beam, for example, doing fantastic. If you look at Ronin, doing fantastic, right? But these are the projects that, no offense, but he doesn't even know that most of these projects exist, right? People asked him about Casper, for example, or whatever, and he also said like, okay, I don't know what it is, but let me take a look. Like, if somebody doesn't really know what these projects are, then maybe that's not the right person to listen to when it comes to altcoins, right? Nevertheless, his strategy worked very well, right? But it is now time to realize that the strategy is not longer working. At least it only goes for the people that feel like, okay, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get involved with the new coins out there. I want to stick with the Litecoins. I want to stick with the Cardanos and the XRPs and this and that. Then his videos are actually something that you can apply to your strategy. Nevertheless, I still watch his videos sometimes because he's a smart guy. I love his Into the Cryptoverse platform. I use it all the time. There are metrics on there which are fantastic. He knows a lot about great charts. But I'm just not an investor that's interested in these coins that he is talking about, right? So therefore, his stance on the dominance are not relevant to me. And maybe the same goes for you. Therefore, I'm making this video. Like, you might feel like, wow, smart guy, right? Let's listen and let's do what he does as well. But in the meantime, if you're not planning on buying stuff like XRP and Cardano anyway, then there's no point in following his strategy. As you can see in this chart as well, this is the others. Like, you can do more stuff with others, right? So this is the others dominance. So that's how much others is dominating the crypto space. And this is in a clear uptrend since, like, well, the beginning, basically. Since 2014, altcoins are in an upwards trend, right? And we are now clearly far from the bottom. Altcoins were dominating by 7.7%. We are now already dominating by 13%, right? And the high was 19.5%, give or take, right? We go to the upside right here, we go to the upside right here, we go to the upside right here. There's a good chance that we will do the same later and that altcoins will dominate maybe like 30% of the complete crypto market, right? Altcoins are not that bearish. The thing is that it's, of course, and I get it, he is fucking rich, right? He's freaking rich. How do I know? Well, because his platform, you have to pay a monthly fee and you get into a chat and you see how many people there are in the chat. So you can do a little calculation on how much money he's making with only that. And, you know, therefore I understand that this man has been making so much money. Yeah, he's not gonna look at like these low cap coins. He of course, he is like, okay, I want to not lose my money. That's most important. And make a nice 5x on Bitcoin is fantastic, right? But let's be honest, most people that watch his videos do not have the capital that he has. Therefore, for me, there was a turning point, right? Somewhere here, I said like, hey guys, I applied the same strategy. And somewhere here, I said like, okay, it's time for me to convert my Bitcoin into altcoins right now. And that's what I did with most of my Bitcoin, not everything, because I, of course, think it could go down. Others/BTC. Of course, I think it could maybe hit this trend line. Then I'm gonna convert the rest of my Bitcoin. If not, I'm gonna ride that Bitcoin wave, no problem, right? But for me, there was a clear turning point. As soon as I saw like, hey, you know what? We had that low right there. We finally made a high low right here. I feel like, okay, trend is changing, right? It's no longer a downtrend. We didn't really get an accumulation phase right here. You could see this maybe as an accumulation phase, but overall, it is now in a clear uptrend. And that shows to me like, hey, there is a certain time in the market where you have to change with the market. And that's just sometimes saddening me. Like I said, like, it seems like he just sticks around and waits for it to happen to all break down. But yeah, like I just showed, it is not breaking down. The trend has actually changed. And there is a little bit more than just charts, right? You also have to taste the sentiment. And if you are not in the world of altcoins, you can't taste it, right? But if you, for example, look at this is the Bitcoin dominance together with the Ethereum dominance. So how much Bitcoin and Ethereum together dominate the crypto space. And that makes up for 70%, which is quite a lot, right? So the rest of the altcoin market plus the stables, that's the other 30%. But if you look at this, clear downside of the range, right? Clear, big, huge resistance right here. You could say like, yeah, we're going to break up right here. But you also have to think like, you know, the last time we were here was 2020. That was before the ICO boom. That was before the NFT crazy, right? That was before altcoins were really more a subject of the day. People here, like, they were like, okay, there are some coins that perform well, but overall we have Bitcoin and whoa, Ethereum next best, right? I don't hear it around me. I don't hear people say like, wow, get in Ethereum. It's more like, well, Ethereum fucking broken chain and we have all these other layer ones which are actually way better than Ethereum. The money is not there yet because Ethereum has the first mover advantage, right? It's the blue chip. But at a certain point, people are going to realize like, hey, there is better stuff than Ethereum. Bitcoin will never, never, never be taken off the first place. Ethereum will be taken off the second place. I don't think it's going to happen this bull market necessarily, but that will happen. Bitcoin will never lose number one. That I'm pretty sure of. Bitcoin will lose number two. What's going to, you know, come into the place for it? I don't know. Maybe a coin that doesn't even exist yet. I have no idea. Let me know if you think like they are this coin, but I don't know. But therefore I think like, hey, we're not going back here, right? There are more altcoins right now, two way better altcoins. It's 4 years later. The crypto market has evolved in 4 years. It has really evolved in 4 years, right? So that's also apart from the charts that I feel like, hey, you know, if you want to put a narrative on it, use your brain, right? There are way better coins than Ethereum out there right now. So that's just what I wanted to touch on. Again, not to talk shit about anybody or whatever, but I just want to feel like, okay, there is another side of this whole story to it. So if you feel like, hey, I like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. Let me know. Do you think like nah he's gonna be right eventually, or do you feel like nah it's over with that thesis? Let me know in the comments.